Okay, this is another reaction video. This is the third of I've done two already, and this is the third one. What's the one thing you've never thought you'd have to explain to an adult? Now, this is again, this is also retail or customer service. Let's see what this is all about. And please click like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it.
So what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
For years, I worked at a national chain steakhouse, and we had rack of lamb on our menu, and two women came in, and they saw the rack of lamb, and they asked me, is that pork or beef? To which I said, oh, no, it's not pork or beef, it's lamb. And they're like, but is it pork or beef? And I'm like, well, it's not really like either. Are you asking about like flavor? Because it's probably a little bit closer to steak, like a beef.
They didn't understand.
And they're like, no, is it pork or beef? If you can't answer the question, do we need to speak to your manager?
They don't know what lamb is.
I was like, I can get my manager.
And the manager's going to tell you the exact same thing.
But lamb comes from a sheep, and pork comes from a pig, and beef comes from a cow, like moo.
Well, yeah.
It's one of my proudest moments.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't know what lamb was. Eh?
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
Hi. So sorry.
Yo.
But paying your taxes does not make you the boss of teachers.
That is true. That is true. My niece is a teacher, and just because you pay your taxes doesn't mean you're their boss. That is 100% correct. I agree with that. Short and sweet.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
This goes out to all my hotel workers, especially the front desk. It also goes out to the people who want to book a hotel rooms to get away for the weekend with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your Tinder date to get that one-night stand in. This is for you. You want to book a room, you go online, you book it. Depending on the site you book on, that website will ask you for your credit or debit card information. You'll put that information down. That is to secure your spot and guarantee your reservation. That tells us front desk agents that you're coming and you're staying in this bitch whether you like it or not.
Well, fair enough. That's the way it always worked for me.
When you go check in at the hotel, the front desk agent will ask you for your ID and your credit or debit card. We'll do a transaction with your card. We'll be authorizing your payment, not charging.
Yes, authorizing the payment.
There is a difference. An authorization is a temporary hold.
Yeah, the way it works is an authorization is they take X amount of dollars. That's generally to pay for certain things that you may have done there that weren't covered in the original cost of the room. And yeah, it is a hold. It holds for 3 business days, and then the charge will drop off into the bank account or back onto the card.
Hotels you stay at will authorize an insurance fee. Call it incidentals. Range from $50 to $100 a night depending on how bougie the place is. Incidentals means if you break it, you buy it. You're gonna get it back. You ain't charging it. Take a few business days.
Yeah, some people don't understand that part. They see a charge that somebody took $100 or $50 and they already paid for their room. So my guess is they're probably going up to the front desk and what she's talking about and complain about it and want their money back.
You'll get it back. Stop yelling at us when we ask for your card.
If you work in customer,
yeah, so that's one thing that if you, just for future reference, I said I work for the bank for 7 years. If you make a charge on a card, okay, and you cancel that charge, or you don't want that charge, and the company cancels it, usually takes 3 to 5 business days for it to go back onto the card or back into the account. But yeah, it's just a hold. It's not going to be taken away from. It's going to be given back to you. It just takes 3 business days. The only problem that people have with it is it doesn't show a deposit of. Like I said, if they took $100 out of my card on something like that, it doesn't show a deposit of $100. It shows pending $100, and then that pen will just completely disappear. The money will go back on the card, but it won't show it added onto it. You just have to know that unless you see it clear, like if you see a date next to it, that's the only way that money has left the account. It just disappears back into the account, and the charge disappears. It's just how it works.
customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult? I'll go.
Hi, thank you for calling IT. How can I help you? Hey, this application isn't working. It's hanging. I can't do anything with it. No problem, sir. I have to ask the stupid question. Have you tried restarting the computer at all?
Yeah, that's one thing that seems to be a good fail-safe. If you have a problem with the computer, have you tried to restart it?
Of course I did. Why would I be calling? That's a stupid question. Okay, sir, no reason to get upset. Let me just remote into your computer. Sir, would you mind if I just try rebooting your computer one more time to see if it works this time? Oh, I've never done it that way. I usually just press the button on the computer. What do you mean?
What button on the computer?
You know, the button on the computer.
You're just turning off the monitor. You're not turning off the computer. You need to, you have a monitor and then you have a hard drive. At least that's how I have my set. Now, I have a laptop too, and I know how to reboot my computer that way. But if you have a tabletop, which is what that was, if you just turn off the monitor, that doesn't do anything.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
Okay, when I was like 19, I worked at a diner, and these two ladies came in. I knew they were going to be a problem from the beginning, but the one lady orders an omelet with peppers. The other lady orders just egg whites. And I'm like, okay, that's simple. Okay, their food comes out. I hand the lady the omelet with peppers, and she's like, what are these? And I'm like, peppers. And she's like, they're not green. I was like, some of them are green. She's like, no, what is the red and orange? And
Those are peppers.
I was like, those are peppers. And she was like, no, peppers are green. No other color.
Oh, yes, they are.
And I was like, okay. And then I had to explain to her peppers come in all colors. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Okay. And then the lady that she's with gets egg whites. And she's like, where's the yolk? And I'm like,
You asked for egg whites. You don't want the yolk.
There is no yolk. You ordered egg whites. And she's like, exactly. Where's my yolk? And I was like, egg whites, there is no yolk. That's the exact meaning of it. And she was like, no! And then they proceeded to scream at me in the diner. It was great.
Yeah, I imagine so. Where are my yolks?
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
I'd like to return a pair of pants. Absolutely. Can I see your receipt? I didn't bring it.
I didn't bring my receipt. Yep.
Okay, totally fine.
How'd you
I
pay
can look up
for
your
it?
number
You can look your number up. You can find it by the card. Nope, don't have my card. I paid cash.
in the system. I'm not a member here. Okay, no worries. Can I see the pants? I didn't bring them. Okay, I can't process a return if the product isn't physically here. I've done it before. No, you have not.
If you work in
Oh my God, that's funny. I want to return a pair of pants, but I didn't bring the pair of pants to return.
customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
Listen, I don't know who need to hear this, but you need to hear it today, okay?
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
You want to know what I shouldn't have to tell your grown ass and you grown ass fucking people?
Okay, look, you haven't told me anything yet, okay? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, I haven't done anything to you. Okay, come on, man. Don't speak down to me before I know what the heck we're talking about.
And the sirens and the wee woo go off. Get the fuck out of my way.
Oh, if I'm driving my car and you're coming up and the wee woo is going on, and I don't get out of your way, that's what the problem is. Okay, I don't have a problem doing that. I really don't.
When Moses parted the Red Sea, they should have put a wee woo up in the goddamn air to tell.
Well, when Moses parted the Red Sea, I don't think a wee woo was literally necessary. But no, I get the idea. If you hear the siren, look, if I hear a siren, whether it's coming in front of me or coming behind me or to the left of me, to the right of me, I generally pull to the side and let them pass because it's usually an emergency. So yeah, you don't have to explain that to me, pal.
Tell you to get out of my way, okay? If you hear the sirens go off, get out of my way.
You got it. Military police. Like I said, I don't know what base you're on, don't know where you are, but if I hear it, you got it. Point taken. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It means move.
Got it.
Your car, your whatever, get the out of my
What, did you not hear what I just said? I got it.
way. I'm trying to go do my job. Get out my way. You said I don't do shit. Get out of my way. Move. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
You appreciate it. Hey, no offense taken.
Y'all be pissing me off.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult? I'll go.
Okay, so I was working at Target for about like 6 months. So this woman came up to my line and I was, checking out her stuff. And I was signing while I was talking. She looks at me and asks me, like, why are you waving your hands, like, in my face? And I'm like, ma'am, I'm hard of hearing. Like, I use,
Using sign
language as a way to communicate with people. And she looks at me, she's like, oh, well, then how can you hear me? And I had to explain to her, like, I'm hard of hearing, like, I have hearing.
Yeah, she's hard of hearing, but she can still hear you.
Hearing aids, and she thought I was lying. This kid ends up yelling super high pitch, and so I ripped my hearing aids out. And she's like, oh my god, I thought you were lying about having hearing aids.
Yeah, some people.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult? I'll go.
So for a number of years, I was an international flight attendant for an international airline, obviously, and it baffles me to this day how many times I had to explain to fully grown adults that yes, they may be loud, and yeah, that may be preventing you from sleeping, but no, we can't turn the engines off for you.
Oh my goodness. Now, I did fly overnight to Germany when I went to Germany, and I did have a hard time sleeping, and it was loud, but I didn't have the audacity to ask them to turn off the engine of the plane, because somehow I got the feeling if I made that request and they complied with that request, then I would not be here talking to you right now. So yeah, I that's yeah, brilliant.
I don't know.
There's these, by the way, there's these inventions, and I do know about these. I didn't know about it at the time. I just didn't think to buy them. They're called earplugs, and they do amazing work. You put them in your ear, and it kind of drowns down the sound. It's It's amazing what technology can do these days. But yeah.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
I've been fucking waiting for this shit.
Well, then, pull off that hair and get in my face and tell me what the hell your problem is.
I'm a bartender. I never thought I'd have to explain to somebody what the fuck is in a vodka cran. I never thought I'd have to explain to somebody that when you order food, it doesn't come out 3 seconds after. And if you ask me why the people next to you got their food first, it's because they fucking ordered before you. I also never thought I'd have to explain to somebody that you don't get extra liquor because you linked at me. There's a lot of fucking things I thought I wouldn't have to explain to somebody.
Look, somebody needs to sit down, calm down, and take a 5-minute break, okay? I get you're stressed about your job, about the stupid questions that people ask, but, it's not worth getting your panties in a bunch over. But, hey, that's just my opinion. Please forgive me if you disagree.
Somebody that's fucking 40 years old. But apparently, there's a lot of things adults don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. There are people there who don't know squat, and they sometimes come and talk to you.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
I work auto parts. Had a customer come in, needed a couple of light bulbs. I said, okay, fine, cool, whatever. What's your year, make, and model? She says it's a 2007 Ford Fizo. I stopped for a second. And I'm like, okay, maybe she knows something I don't. I went ahead and plugged that into the system, and yeah, there's no such thing as a Ford Fizo. I continued to back and forth with her about the lack of existence of such a model of vehicle. I said, well, is the car here? Because she's getting pissed. She's calling me every name you can think of. Takes me outside, and I read the side of it. Ford F-150.
Hey, I can't, can't really say anything to that. Yeah, Ford Fizo, Ford F-150. Yeah.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
I think I'll go. Cutting a wired mouse does not make it
wireless mouse.
wireless.
Yeah, that's. I cut it. Now it's wireless. That's brilliant. That's great. No, it doesn't work like that.
If you work in customer service, what's the one thing you never thought you would have to explain to an adult?
Yeah, hi, hello. The concept of buy two, get one free.
Yeah, okay. Buy two, get one free means if you buy two, then you get one free. That's pretty much what it means. But there are some people who don't understand that.
I don't understand the amount of adults I had to explain to about buy two, get one fucking free. Like, what's so hard to fucking grasp? Like, come to register talking about some, oh, why is the total so high? I thought it was buy two, get one free. I'm like, yeah, so you're buying these two, the other one will be free. Oh, well, I thought it was buy two, get one free, like right now. First of all, bitch, with that dumbass logic, it would be buy one, get one free. And not only that, you just said to your damn self, buy two, get one free. Yes, you're buying these two, so where the fuck is the other item for it to be free? I'm so lost right now. Like, I remember this one girl wanted to sit there and argue with me so bad, talking about something that's a bad deal. Well, Uno, first of all, buy two get one free been around since forever. So what are you talking about? Number two, you thought I care enough about this establishment to sit there and argue with you right now? Fuck you. Fuck you. Number three, you're broke. Like, just say that. Like,
Okay. I got it. I think buy two, get one free. It's pretty self-explanatory, but some people don't understand it, and apparently you don't care enough about the place you work for to argue with her for X amount of minutes or hour, or however long she wants to argue. But hey, that is your cross to bear, my friend. Okay, well, this was interesting. What's the one thing you never thought you have to explain to an adult? This is the third part. We'll see if there's any more of this. Thanks for watching. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day.